Southampton 2, Chelsea 1, and it's very difficult to do match reviews after games like this make me wonder why I put myself through this after 90 minutes of absolutely disgusting, terrible performance from Chelsea players. I sit here, talk about this game and make a scar for myself because I'm absolutely fuming with that performance. Welcome to Chat and Brief. We're gonna cover it. The good, the bad, and the downright ugly. And the sad thing is, we're gonna start with the disgusting, terrible things first because I want to get it out the way. I want to be as constructive as possible, and then I want to end it with some positivity. And I'm gonna be fishing today for positivity because I'm telling you now, there's not much. There really is not much. Thomas Tuchel, the players all deserve to get a lot of negativity after that performance. Certain players should never wear this shirt again. Tomorrow is the 31st of all. Transfer deadline day cannot come soon enough because I want this window closed and I want to see what will work. I am fuming today. I'm literally trying to keep my own right now. So before we get started, do me a massive favor, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel because it goes a long way. Nights like this when it's around about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock and I'm recording, I have to edit, post. I'm up at 5:30 in the morning tomorrow to go to work. So this takes a lot of work. Help me out, subscribe to the channel, but let's get on. The downright ugly, and I'm sorry, Thomas Tuchel, you need to go into there. Because substitution, no impact. First team selection, no impact. What were Chelsea doing? There was no patterns of play. There was no combinations after 25 minutes. There were no frequency or chances. The second half, we created nothing. You made 4 substitutions. You brought Chilwell, Pulisic on, Brozier on. No impact. Kovacic on. There was no impact. There was no rejuvenation. There was no spirit. The venom that we saw against Leicester, the aura that we had that gave me hope for this season doesn't exist. It's nothing. We're stuck in a predicament of nothing. There was no chances. Their goalkeeper made 0 saves in that second half. Do you understand how pathetic that is? We go away to a team that is not meant to be in the top half this season. They're meant to be in a relegation battle and it should be 4-1. Minimum 4-1. Disgusting. Wow. Set pieces. Downright ugly. Set pieces. We can't defend set pieces. Yet we give them away like they're freebies. What are you doing? Cesar Azpilicueta. Think. You're the captain. You're the representation of this team. And no wonder this team's so shit when the representation of this team is you. A player that's past his best. I've said it on numerous occasions. We had to let him go. Everyone's like, respect the captain. Why is he the captain of Chelsea Football Club? He has the ball. Boot it out. When in doubt, boot it out. But not for a corner. We can't defend corners as it is. The corner comes in and guess what? The first 2 corners they had, they almost scored. It was absolutely textbook. They bullied us. Then they absolutely crammed us into the box and they were waiting. They left 3 men on the edge of the area with Raheem. Raheem doesn't know which one to pick up. Ball drops to Lever, and he absolutely pummels it in. Mendy gets a hand on it, but bro, it goes past 2 players. It goes past Koulibaly's body and Mount's body. He can't see it. What are we going to do? Blame him for it? That's pathetic. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry, I can't be blaming him for that. We need to get into the bad, and there's a lot of things to talk about here. Jorginho and Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Where do we start with the 2 of them? Number 1, Ruben Loftus-Cheek's injury record. This midfield issue is becoming a big conundrum, and I don't understand why we're not going to buy a big DM who can play in the midfield or a combative midfielder. Somebody to just support the midfield. Kovacic, Kante can't play more than 20 league games anymore. I'm sorry, it's a fact. You know this. You're failing to prepare, so you're prepared to fail. Ruben Loftus-Cheek could never play consistent games. And when he does, he's not good enough to play consistent games. He's not that player. And Jorginho, well, we're going to talk about him for that second goal because the second goal, as much as it was Mount's fault, Jorginho has a lot to pay in that situation. Ruben's passing in that first half, he underhit. When he's meant to carry, he passes. When he's meant to release the ball, he's carrying. There's no cohesive. Jorginho, lackluster. 0 control control in that midfield. We got bullied by Ward-Prowse and Lava. We absolutely got bullied. They had more legs than us, they had more athleticism than us, and until that midfield issue is sorted, until N'Golo Kante comes back, we're not going to fix it. We are not going to fix ourselves because we are crap in that position. Let's talk about the second goal. The second goal was disgusting. Mace gives the ball away, as lackluster of a performance as you can see. Jorginho ends up being a training cone. They create an overload. Everybody goes back to the line. Armstrong stuck there, waiting for the ball, picks up the top corner. Wonderful finish. What else do you want? But what makes this goal worse? Mount giving the ball away, Jorginho's lackluster cone attempt where the guy gets around him, and then when Armstrong pulls back, nobody senses danger from midfield. Where is the danger? Jorginho, why are you not sensing that danger? Get into that area. You have to attack that area. You have to prevent him. Put him off. No, nothing. Zero. Zero. Nothing. We had a captain's performance from Azpilicueta as well. Bullied. Absolutely bullied in that first half because he was getting picked on. He couldn't pass out the back. He was rattled and he looked flustered. And that's an issue. When a player looks flustered, and the reason he looks flustered is because he no longer has the pace nor power. So all of a sudden, an undersized defender is just an undersized man who can't do anything because he's competing against athletes in their prime, in their mid-20s, who are literally taking turns to run at him at pace, building up a head of steam and waiting to see what's going to happen. And consistently, they were doing this tactic. Consistently, they flustered him to the point where he wasn't calm, cool and collected. There was no support in and around him. Chelsea are in big trouble, people. Chelsea are in massive trouble and people don't want to. After a 30-minute positive start, we went into the same patterns, the same routines. Christian Pulisic comes on, does nothing. Absolutely useless. Hakim Ziyech, absolutely. But I'm not going to have a go at those two today because what is the point of having a go at those two? Both of them have made their intentions clear. Both of them want out the club, yet we're playing them. The two we're going to talk about today are Kai Havertz and Mason Mount. Kai Havertz, I understand you're a technically gifted player, but you need to do more, my friend. You need to do more. You were good in the first half. You were poor in the second. Mason Mount was straight up poor. Mace was invisible. Mace is evidently someone that's believing the hype around him now. He literally thinks he's a big deal. Big man, you haven't done shit in the game. You've won one Champions League. You've lost multiple finals for Chelsea. You have not accomplished nothing to what legends in this club have. I've mentioned many times, I'm used to Ballack, Lampard, Essien, Makelele, Decos of the world playing at Chelsea. I'm used to top class players. You're not even on par with Mikel's legacy. And John Obi Mikel was underrated as hell in those teams. In this team now, John Obi Mikel's the best midfielder we have. And that is a shame. It's a pity that people have inflated Mason Mount's ego to a certain point now where he bops around the pitch like he's God's given gift. What? Because he's money mates, because he's one of our own. I don't give a fuck if he's one of our own. Play better. If not, I hope they sell him. I'm dead serious. Because he is a massive cog that's an issue. He is a massive issue in this creativity, the drought that we have. Because we definitely have a drought. There is no link between the midfield and the attack. And whenever Mount is on, the ball comes to him, he goes sideways or backwards. The guy never looks to play a penetrative ball, for crying out loud. He was absolutely shocking again today. I'm going to give you guys some positives today, and I hope you guys enjoy the positives because there aren't many, alright? So the positives I'm going to have to break down. Raheem Sterling, I think he was a positive today. He's got 3 goals now. He created 3 individualistic chances. Game could have been out of sight if it was up to Raheem Sterling today, if he had his finishing boots on. But you know what? You can't expect the player to score every single time he goes through one-on-one. It's just not realistic. You can't expect him to be Erling Haaland level productivity. And even Haaland misses chances too. It's just irritating, it's annoying, it happens. But at least we were generating chances. Thiago Silva, only one in my head that can remotely go into bed today, snuggle up to his wife and say, you know what? I actually done well today at work. What more can I do? What more can I do? Because realistically speaking, off the line, cleared it beautifully. Oh, passing range, on point. Defending one-on-one, on point. He's played 2 games in the span of 4 days now. And now he's going to be expected to go and play at West Ham. What? Why is a 38-year-old got so much dependencies on it? Why? It just doesn't make sense in my brain how we are so dependent on the 38-year-old. The players we're dependent on are the ones that are meant to get phased out the team. I don't understand it. I really don't. It frustrates me. It gets me angry. It makes my blood boil because I don't understand how a 38-year-old is the only one showing up on a midweek game. What you think you beat Leicester, all of a sudden we are a good team. Consistency makes a good team. And Thiago Silva is a consistent player. Raheem Sterling evidently is a consistent player. And another person who's evidently showing to us he's very consistent is Marco Correa. Marco Correa had another good game today. I can't criticize Marco Correa because for no fault of his own, he's stuck with dweebs that don't want to play pro. He had a very good one-on-one team game. He was attacking well. He was supporting with the left foot. He was absolutely dangerous every time he got the ball. Trying to link up, overlapping runs, underlapping runs. The guy was good. Then they moved him to left centre back and he became invisible. All of a sudden, Che Adam was trying to isolate him. He actually managed it well. But Ben Chilwell came on. Nothing. Literally nothing. You can make all the excuses you want. Ben's not the same player, man. That's all I'm going to say to you. Ben is not the same player. And it's really frustrating because I don't know what's happening here. Chelsea now, from a possible of 15 points, have 7. We've won 2, drawn 1 and lost 2. The 2 games we've lost are to Leeds away and Southampton away. Both teams have something in common. Both teams high energy, high intensity, and they've made a blueprint of what's happening with Chelsea at the moment. If you battle them in the midfield and you win the midfield battle, you'll win. Because Chelsea are not scoring. Chelsea will not score more than 2 in a game. So know that. And that's the level that we've dropped down to. We've got big issues. I really hope that Tuchel goes into the window and gets us a CM. Go get us a Ruben Neves. Go get us something that can rejuvenate that midfield. But I'm very frustrated. This was the Kavkas View. I hope you lot tried to understand me because I don't think any of you would enjoy today's video. But I'm frustrated, peeps. Sorry.